Hey, Mike here from Matt Chase Bourbon 1987, and today we're doing a minute review Monday. We're going to revisit our friend, the Old Fitzgerald 7-year. Okay, so we gave this a few months to open up, see our thoughts, see if it changed from our fresh crack we did on this. If I remember, we didn't grab a lot of fruit, a little bit of oak, just more or less some sweetness and a little spice. Wasn't one of our favorite weeders we ever drank, but it definitely wasn't one of our worst. And for the MSRP of around $60, I think we gave this a recommend. Let's give it a thing. So, nice sweetness. Maybe we're picking up a little fruit now. Maybe a little peach. Definitely not a red fruit. Let's give it a taste. It seems to be opening up a little more. Drink's nice and soft. If not mentioned, it's a bottle and bond, so it is coming in at 100 proof with a 7-year age statement. The sweetness is definitely there. If I remember on our fresh crack, it's more or less a generic, like a lighter sugar, not like a heavier dark brown sugar, not really too caramel. Some light vanilla. Like I said, maybe a little light apricot. Let's give it another taste. Yeah, it seems to open up a little bit. Picking up a little oak, maybe a little leather. For a 7-year, 100 proof, the finish is nice. It's got a nice mouthfeel to it. There is a fruit aspect to it. Like I said, maybe like an apricot or a peach. Definitely not a red fruit. Light, bright. Nothing too, not like a heavy stewed fruit. No kind of berry note. Back to, like I said earlier, for $60, it was definitely a recommend. When it first came out, a lot of stores were thinking this was going to be the next great bottle to chase, and we're marking it up well over $150, and they sat on the shelves and didn't really move. And pretty much now, I think everybody's settled back down to that $60 to $90 range. Yeah, we're picking up on the finish. There's a little bit of oak, so maybe a tea note on there, and that generic sweetness, that more or less that white sugar that stayed with you from palate, it just stays right through the finish. Like I said, for 100 proof, it's got a 7-year, a nice finish. So when we fresh cracked this at MSRP, we recommended it, and I think letting it sit for a little while, open up, let the flavors come out a little more. Like I said, I remember that tea on that front note or that apricot. So yeah, the flavors are much more pronounced, much more defined. For MSRP of around $60, again, some stores trying to grab a little more, 100. It's definitely a buy. I'm curious, I want to compare it to something. Let's bring in, we reviewed this a while back. I don't know if that video ever made it. I know we're having some terrible audio problems. It might have made it to the YouTube graveyard. So let's compare it to the Old Fitz 9. So it comes with the same mash bill. It's going to be, I believe it's a 68 corn, 20 rye, 12 malted barley. Same as the Old Fitz 7. Only difference is being a 9-year, and it has a hell of a cooler, fancier bottle. MSRP on this is going to be double at about $129, and secondary is going to jump you up well into over 200, probably about 250 if you can find it. You don't really see these sitting around too much, at least where I'm from in Jersey. Let's compare this to the 7-year. So we got some deeper flavors. The sugars seem almost a little more darker. I'm not going to go as far as say caramel, maybe the dark brown, like a light dark brown sugar. And vanilla. Let's give it a taste. Let's go back to the 7 for a minute. On the nose, the 9 seemed like it was gonna outshine its younger brother, the 7-year, but on the palate, seems to be a little flatter, a little thinner. Flavors pretty much very similar for the 2 extra years, double the price, if not more, especially on secondary. I mean, for everything except the fancy bottle, I think the 7-year is gonna outshine it today. Let's give it another taste. So again, the sugars are a little darker. You're getting vanilla, you're getting some cinnamon, some spice. That little bit of apricot or peach I picked up on the 7, I'm not really picking up here. There's really no fruit. The flavor is more or less stayed with you through mid palate. The finish, you're picking up a little of the wood, a little tobacco. I'm not picking up that tea like I picked up here. Yeah, the finish I'm going to say is I think is actually a little better on the 7 than it is the 9. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the 2 extra years helped too much, but overall, also not a bad weeded bourbon. Again, not my favorite. Old Fitz has never been my favorite. Favorite for if you're going to be spending somewhere well over $100 for a weeded bourbon. Let me just come in off a frame. I mean, you could definitely pick a weeded, like say the Weller 107, which I'm not going to compare today. It's a totally different profile, but just to give you other options and ideas. So on the Old Fitz, MSRP are around 60. Secondary is going to be well shy of 100, maybe closer to 80. We're going to keep that as a buy. The Old Fitz 8 with an MSRP of 129, secondary putting well over 250. I mean, unless you really need a cool looking decanter bottle and you want some subtle, very subtle nuances over the 7, maybe you could save some money and buy 2 or 3 of these. Not to say it's not a bad weeded bourbon, just I don't think for the more than double price and the extra couple of years, it did too much more to impress me more than the 7. Cheers. Hey, it's Mike from @ChasingBourbon1987. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, maybe share this video with others. Leave a comment down below. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know if there's things you'd like to see or other reviews. And don't forget to follow us on all social media. Cheers.